Welcome to Volume 3 of How to Deal with Difficult People with your hosts, Dr. Rick Brinkman and Dr. Rick Kirschner.
That's right, they're out there right now plotting and planning against you. Those snipers and cynics and liars and gossips and saboteurs.
Stirring up trouble.
Digging up dirt.
Sneaking around.
Putting up walls.
Causing a fuss.
Undermining your authority.
But one thing's for certain.
Wherever there's trouble, we'll be there.
If you don't mind, I really don't feel comfortable talking about Stan like that. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk to me about?
Oh, yeah, about Suzanne. I think that if she would...
John, wait a minute. I think you missed my point. I really don't feel comfortable talking about anyone who isn't in the room with us. I'd extend the same courtesy to you if someone tried to talk about you and you weren't there. So let's move on, okay? Hey, listen, did you finish that ABC project yet?
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's like dead silent in the room. And suddenly, she says, "It's my understanding that the purpose of this meeting is to come up with some ways of being more productive."
Yeah.
And then she turns to Frank with this innocent look.
I've just seen her look that way.
Right? And she says, "I'm not clear how your comment has anything to do with the purpose of this meeting."
So what happened?
Well, he goes, "Hey, babe, don't get all emotional. Can't you take a joke?" Which seemed really stupid because she wasn't emotional at all.
That is stupid. Yeah, so what happened then?
Well, she just goes, "I'm not clear how my emotional state or sense of humor has anything to do with the purpose of this meeting."
What happened?
Well, I tell you, the rest of us are sitting there going,
All right, wait a minute. Maybe what we need here is a second opinion.
Maybe you need a second opinion.
Hey, you two. We can all hear you down the hall. And since you're looking for one, here's your second opinion. I think both your ideas stink.
"My name's Bert Miller. I don't just drive cab in New York. I go all over the country now. I like those cross-country fairs, you know. No traffic in the middle of the country. I like that. Although I'd have to tell you, they got zip codes there that go E-I-E-I-O. But we're here to talk about sabotage and,
Bob, I understand that you've been telling a number of people here that I'm not fit to lead this department. Is that true?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. You've become nothing more than a figurehead. You're aloof and completely out of touch with our project and plans. And I think you'll find the people here feel exactly like I do.
Well, what you're saying about me is true. We do have a problem. First, though, I want to know how everybody here feels.
Frankly, Bob, I've had the same experience as Rick. Once you get started talking about Dave, I can't seem to get a word in edgewise. Now, I really don't have any problem with Dave on a personal or professional level.
Well, Bob, it looks like the consensus here is that I'm doing a good job.
And that brings us to the point in the program where we find out what you would have wished we would have talked about. I want to add a caution to this, which is that frequently people that engage in that terrorist behavior have substance abuse problems, drugs, alcohol, and it's almost like you're dealing with a multiple personality where, you know, one moment they're completely normal, the next minute they're throwing a fit, and then the moment after that they deny that they did that because they don't remember it. And just so you know, dealing with those people is extremely complex. No way we could cover in a program like this enough to be able to deal with that effectively. And people with substance abuse problems are protected in the American workplace. And before you take action against them, you should be aware of that and consult some kind of legal advice. Just to point that out. So if you ever find yourself stranded on a desert island with a gossip, a liar, a saboteur, and a cynic, we hope you'll remember that it is possible to deal effectively with difficult people. Thanks for your time. We're R&R.
Thank you for watching Volume 3 of How to Deal with Difficult People with Dr. Rick Brinkman and Dr. Rick Kirschner.